Hello, familia. Welcome. My name is MagdalineJanet. If you're new, welcome to the fam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because we're always here having a good time. And come visit me on TikTok and Instagram because I'm there daily. And of course, welcome back to our goodies. So fam, guess what I have here? The new Makeup by Mario matte palette, but it's the neutrals palette. Oh, let's open this. I never want to mess up the boxes. I don't know why. You already know I have the original. It is busted up because it's a loved palette, but here's the new. Ooh, so the numbers are in the back per the usual. Oh, look. How pretty is this? And then here's the original. This one is has this glossy look to it. Can you see it? No. This packaging is matte. Put these up against one another. Oh my gosh, it's magnetic, you guys. See the clear differences? The original one is very, very warm. This one has more neutral undertones. This one's a good neutral. So at first I thought they were very similar, but now looking at them, they are not. This one has a pink shade and the shades are a bit lighter than this one. So not too shabby. Oh! As you know, we are gonna do a look. So let's prime the lid. You know what? I kind of want to mix with my L'Oreal one. Let's see how this is going to look. I always like to do my eyeshadow looks first. I'll also do swatches in daylight. While this kind of gets tacky and dries down, let me grab my brushes because you know I'm never ready. Blend this out. It's dried down, so it's gonna get a little sticky. And I like to get it all in here because this is where I have darkness. That looks good. And then I like to get my sponge and just dab it a little bit. I feel like the sponge really spreads that product out evenly and then kind of go back where that darkness is and down here. I like to have it all over the eye so I'm able to create a look I want to. I typically don't know what I want to do, you know? We're definitely going to tap into the cool tone because I feel like this is not this brush. This row is like the star of the show, the bottom one. Let's grab, I'm using a Sephora number 15. Grab a little bit on the tip of the brush on that wet base. I'm going to bring it, you see where my crease is? I'm gonna have my eye open and tap. Ooh, this is buttery. You see how it's sticking nicely on to that base? You can use an eyeshadow base. You can also use concealer. I personally love concealer. And I'm just going to pack this here. Bring it in. Ooh, that's pretty. It's like a gray blue. You see that? Ooh. And I want to bring it out a little bit. I really want that pigment there. I'm gonna get this small brush. Grab this shade right here. In the back, it has the numbers. It's MN1 all the way through 12. Here it says matte 1 all the way through 12, the original palette. So grabbing right here. I'm gonna create a transition here. I'm gonna tap kind of on top of it and outside of it. Like you see right here. Tap. And then now that it's there, we can start kind of buffing it out a little bit. I'm gonna go back with the gray shade. Really tap this bad boy in here, make it darker. These are sticking on the lid very well. I like that. I'm gonna get this BK brush. I love it. 204. It's become one of my favorite brushes. I'm gonna grab this shade right here. And keeping it close to my lash line, I'm gonna start stamping. Wow, look. You see, it sticks on. You know, I always talk about makeup adhering, sticking onto the skin. That's what makes makeup good. That's also what helps it last a long time. You see, there really isn't fallout, which is another thing I'm surprised about. No, I'm not, because Mario's that guy, you know? You also see it's not powdery and it's not kind of going away. Sometimes when a matte eyeshadow is not creamy, it powders away and there's a lot of fluff to it, so you have to continuously build. Here, I'm just tapping and we got that pigment. Ooh, okay, Mario. I like this shade. This shade's pretty. Let me see if this shade right here is in this palette just by eyeballing it. No, it could look like this one. This one has slightly a red neutral, perfect neutral undertone. That's probably why I like it. You know how much I love a neutral anything. I'm not using the mirror. I don't know why. I just like my little mirror here. I'm gonna wing it out slightly. Anytime I say slightly, it becomes this massive wing. We're just gonna do that. She's cute, right? Grab my concealer. I want to grab a little bit, You know, I don't like to cut the crease. I like cleanup more than anything, you know? I'm bringing it up high, all the way to where that fold is. I'm gonna grab the gray, you see, because it's like right there. I need to put some back in. But you know, makeup's always a back and forth. So we're gonna go back. Now. I love to grab a matte shade with this type of brush. And let's use, ooh, wow, this row is so pretty. I kind of want to use this shade. Let's use this shade. This is like a perfect neutral cream shade. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tap it. I'm setting that concealer base. Oh, let's build a little. Okay. Let's use this pinky shade. Remember how we brought that concealer in all the way? We're gonna set it with this pink shade. And I'm doing tapping motions, tapping it all over. As I'm tapping, I'm kind of like blending it into that first cream shade, just so that we don't have any lines. Now that's smooth. That is so smooth. Now let's reinforce our step. Going back in with my favorite neutral brown shade now. I'm gonna just tap it here. I'm gonna grab this small brush. I'm gonna tight line right here, just at the very bottom. I like to go underneath, get it nice and tight. See, now we have that gradient. The black is super thin. I'm gonna get this brown shade again. Just blend. Using the gray shade. You know what? Let me bring it in a little bit. I always like to do this towards the end, just so I can see how the look is progressing. Sometimes I'm like, is this how I want the look to look, or is it not? You know, it depends. Back in with that cream shade. I like this cream shade. Back in with that pinky shade. Just blend. We're gonna use this shade, and let's blend this out a little more. I want to bring it here. I have a lot of space, eyelid space, because I have big eyes. I'm really taking this up top. I love how these are meshing in together. It looks good. You can actually see a gradient, which is what's important with shades, with a palette matching and being cohesive. I'm gonna get this clean brush. Because it's cohesive, the shades mesh in together, okay? We got that blend. Nothing makes me happier than when a look turns out how I anticipated it in my brain. So I'm gonna get to my micellar water and just clean this up. This way we can clean all of this up too, like this. We can get our brush that doesn't have much on it and then start blending that edge. My little wing is kind of going away, so let me bring it back. Like, I don't want it to be too wingy, or maybe I do, I don't know. Pero así, ooh. Let's clean this up though. Okay, let's do this eye. The new Makeup by Mario Masters Matte Eyeshadow Palette. The Neutrals palette retails for $50. This is a first of a kind neutral toned eyeshadow palette with 12 creamy buildable shades curated for every skin tone with a feather light matte finish. Available at Sephora. Okay, fam, here's the look. here's the look. This side always looks wonky right here because I have a scar. So I try to blend it out. But anytime I see it, I'm like, yeah, it's that scar I got as a little kid. I really like how well everything meshed in. A good palette is when the matte shadows really blend in and work cohesively together. Technically, you should be able to blend two shades, whether they're different undertones or colors, and they should melt in like butter because that lets us know that the formula is consistent within the entire palette. And this just, it is. Mario is synonymous with great quality high-end makeup, and a palette like this is so user-friendly, useful, easy to use. That's user-friendly, but you know what I mean. And matte shadows are just the easiest for me to work with. Matte shades are something everyone can use, everyone can apply. You don't really need it to be perfect, or if it explodes all over the place, you can just blend it off. So that's why I personally love matte shadows and matte palettes. I just love matte makeup in general. It's probably because I do have oily skin, but I really like this palette. I do love that it is very different from this palette. The formula, this is a slightly smoother. Granted, I purchased mine 4 years ago. Oh no, my computer's going off. Hold on. Mind you, I purchased this in 2020, October 2020. So this is very old versus this one are a little bit creamier, a little more blendable and beautiful. I really like this palette. Are they different? Yes. If you want something cooler, I would definitely recommend it. If you already like this palette and you don't feel like you need to upgrade, I love this palette. I think it's great. I'm still using it. It's almost 4 years old. This one's just great. The differences is pretty vast. At first, I didn't think they were that different. That's why I was like, oh, I don't know if it would be good for me to review. But as I'm looking at it, especially in person, these are very different. I really like this palette. When I first saw it, I wasn't in love. I was just kind of like, I kind of already have the original, but as I'm using it, as I'm looking at it in person, as I'm dipping in, I love it. I really fell in love with this palette. I think it's beyond stunning, and the fact that we have a cool tone eyeshadow look that looks very nice, because I'm not a cool tone girl. I'm a warm tone girl. I said tone girl. By the way, if anytime you use cool tones, I always like to use like a purple blush because it just brings color to the face. Cool tones make me look a little bit on the pale side. It really depends on how your skin takes color. This look could look like this on me, and someone else it could look completely different, even if you use the same shades, you know? I was thinking about it as I was doing this. The Natasha Denona palette is extremely cool. If you like cool tones and they work for you, this palette is great. But if you want a little bit of the best of both worlds, this is great. This palette, I wouldn't consider it cool. I would consider it more on the neutral, like what the name is, because a lot of these tones are truly neutral undertones, except for grays. A gray shade is typically under the cool levels of color. I will insert the swatches here so you can see how they look on my arm and in daylight, and you can see just how different and beautiful these are. These are super pigmented. Oh, I'm so excited for this palette. You guys, this is how the look looks in daylight. You see that smoothness on the lid? I do have very textured lids. It looks so freaking good. Everything is so nice and smoothly blended together. And that's like the shade help a look blend faster. I mean, the technique also is helpful. The makeup part is a big part of it, you know? Ooh, love it. The sun is out, so I want to show you the eye look. It's been about 5 or 6 hours. Look how beautiful it looks. So matte, so well put together. Nothing's fading. Gastada, not here. Ooh, still so good. I'm just loving it. Do you want to see more looks on YouTube Shorts? Let me know, because I'm down. I'm already thinking of creating a look tomorrow because, yeah, this is it, fam. Let me know your thoughts. I love Makeup by Mario. Makeup quality, beautiful. I love it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your day with me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.